Howdy. I'm an American cowboy, and I'm here to tell you a little story about the birth of a place called America. It all started when a bunch of the coolest guys in England decided they weren't going to speak in that condescending British accent anymore. So they got on a bunch of boats and sailed for many miles, which is how they described it because they were also protesting the metric system. Those boats had weird names like El Nino, Ford Pinto, and the Ave Maria. And they were captained by great Americans like Miles Standish, Christopher Columbus, and Sully Sullenberger, although that last one might have been a plane guy. But he flew it in water, like a boat. Point is, there were lots of boats carrying lots of people. And lots of those people were pilgrims or Quakers. Nobody could really tell the difference. Either way, it was a group who wore buckles on their hats. And they did some things they were proud of, like developing amber grain that could wave. And some things they weren't so proud of, like believing that women's swim teams were only for witches. But all in all, life was pretty good until Britain demanded their taxes, which made everybody angry because Americans hate paying taxes. And because nobody knew how to download TurboTax, everybody focused their anger on the most British thing they could find, a boat full of tea. So one night, a bunch of guys went onto that boat dressed up like Native Americans, which we would later find out was extremely racist. And they poured all the tea into the harbor, which we would later find out was environmentally irresponsible. And that angered Britain very much, because everyone knows that the best way to spill the tea is over brunch with your girls. So Britain declared war, but we told them we're not fighting over there. That would be a trap. And they said, fine, we'll do it in America. And we replied, that's what she said. Right? But you know what? America won that war. And while we were still fighting, a bunch of guys in wigs and culottes whose likenesses would one day adorn our money and our craft beer got together to drink and write a lot of laws and poetry that came to be what we now know as the Declaration of Independence. And that document stated that we would have no kings unless they were burgher, and we would have no queens unless they were dairy. And we the people would not serve them. They would serve us efficiently and affordably at convenient locations throughout the country. Terms and conditions may apply. And on July 4th, 1776, America became the greatest nation in the world. And based on the movies I've seen, also the universe, multiverse, MCU, and DCEU. Happy birthday, America. I made you something.